Hello and welcome to the CXL Feed. In this video we are going to go through trial, cancellation and positive offboarding experiences, and you're going to come away with different ways that you can try in your offboarding and your cancellation flow to keep users, to retain them, or to give a good experience so that they might reactivate later. My name is Rosie Hoggmascall. I'm a product growth consultant and author of growthdives.com. We are going to go through Canva, one of my favourite tools, and my whole customer journey of cancelling my trial. What happened, how I felt, and some things that they did specifically in the UX and the UI that made me want to stick around, namely personalization and positive experiences. So this is my customer journey. I started a trial and midway through I decided that I did not want it anymore. And as you can see here, it's positive, positive, positive. So we're going to go through each screen and work out what they did specifically to retain users and keep them around. It did work on me because I resubscribed later. So firstly, getting to settings. If someone's on a trial or on a subscription, you must not hide the cancellation flow. That's rule number one. Never hide it. That is dark UX, and what that does is that stirs distrust in users. So here within Canva, it's relatively simple. It's relatively straightforward. I click on my name. I can see plans and pricing and purchase history. It's relatively simple, and you can see that's very easy to get to. So I head there in as little as 4 clicks. And you see when I get into my plans and my billing, it's very easy to see what plan I'm on, the next invoice date, and how I change that. So there's a big change button. So rule number 1, don't hide it. Rule number 2, shorten time to cancel. And rule number 3, make it crystal clear all of the details that you have. This is where it gets interesting. So it's easy to find where I cancel, I'm clear what plan I'm on, and I click cancel. And what's interesting here is the screen that I get next. So first of all, the screen is personalized in 2 different ways. The first one is it has the days left to cancel a trial. So I have 3 different images here from 3 different accounts, and you'll see the 2 different places that Canva personalizes the trial cancellation. The first is the number of days left. So firstly, 29 days left. This is cancelling early in a trial. This is someone later in the trial, and you can say it says 3 days left. Again, it's crystal clear in the UX writing how long I have until either my next invoice date or till something rolls over. So that's the first point of personalization. The second point of personalization is reiterating the value to me that I have got during my trial. So this first one is a list of premium features, and this is the default when I haven't used anything within my trial. Instead of saying what I've used, they go for kind of general language around the benefit of Canva Premium, free access to photos, background remover, brand fonts, things like that. In the second one, I've used part of Canva's premium offering, and that's listed within the cancellation flow. So here you can see I've used 3 parts of brand kit, and that's personalized to my account. So it's a list of what I will lose access to and the value I have got. In this last example, this is an account that has used lots of things within the premium subscription during their trial. And what that shows is not just what features they've used, but the count of each features within that. So you've got premium elements, brand kit, and background remover. You can see this person's used 13 pieces of that, 11 bits of the brand kit, and 5 instances of background remover. So what this does is it reiterates value. It creates trust with the customer that Canva's doing the right thing in the sense of telling them how long they have in their trial in a very transparent way. And the last thing is it's really easy to continue the cancellation. A lot of what people do is they hide the next step button, or they make the UI and the primary button the button that actually keeps the trial. What Canva do here is the button that is the brightest is actually still the cancellation button. You can see that that's red, and it's the one that kind of lures you the most. So they haven't hidden it anywhere, and the primary button is the cancellation button. Again, that builds trust. It's all around transparency and trust in this flow. There's no real friction to cancellation. It's just reiteration of value. So to recap the cancellations flow, short time to cancel, low number of clicks to cancel, clear UX writing, clear about my account, dates, times, amounts. And in terms of the flow, it's just quite delightful. So cancel my plan. Are you sure you want to cancel? The next thing after I'm sure I want to cancel is a survey. These are pretty common. Having a cancellation offboarding survey is really useful because it will help the team mine for opportunities and work out why people are cancelling. It's not too much friction. They're quite common. So it's worth keeping in there versus reducing friction to cancel too much in the case where you don't get any information at all. The last one is extra information. So here there's a green box which confirms all the information. This is the last stage. We have a green box which confirms when my trial is going to end. It's green, which is a nice visual anchor showing me that I have been successful in this flow. There's also the option with a larger free text entry field for me to give more information about why I'm cancelling. Again, not so much friction for the user, but really helpful for the team at Canva. So in terms of trial cancellation, the number of clicks that I need to cancel is relatively low, and I get a second reiteration of when my trial is going to be over. Well, a lot of the time we tell users one thing and we actually forget to repeat it. People need to hear things 3 to 5 times in order to remember them. So reiterating when someone's information is really important is really key. So reiterating when their trial is going to end, reiterating the date, reiterating exactly what's going to happen and when, to build the trust. Because the trust is what's important for getting people to reactivate later. You don't want people to leave with a sour taste in their mouth. You want them to leave feeling fresh, unburdened, relieved, and high trust in the company. So back to the customer journey map. How was the trial cancellation experience? So heading into Canva to cancel my trial, I was surprised it's super easy. It feels relatively neutral as a customer. And then it gets even better when I see the personalized cancellation flow. I'm intrigued at what features I've actually used. It reiterates that I have had a bit of value during my trial, and I'm delighted that it's personalized to me. Canceling my trial is super easy. It's 4 clicks. So again, very positive experience. And lastly, I'm feeling happy that I've saved a bit of money. Funnily enough, I've resubscribed later to Canva, and if the cancellation experience had been negative, you harm the brand and you're less likely to get those reactivations later. Super important to have a really good cancellation experience. The key things to remember are transparency, reduce friction, personalization, and repeat the key information. So how you can take this away: go through your cancellation experience, whether it's a trial cancellation or a subscription cancellation, and ask yourself, how guilty do we make people feel throughout this experience? Are there any ways we can personalize and reiterate the value they have received? And how do we make sure it's a positive offboarding experience so we can reactivate them later? 3 key questions for you and your cancellation experience. Let me know how you get on in the comments.